Y'all a second to pull up before I jump right in. Or maybe I should just jump right in. I'm not sure. One way or the other. The time is now 5:15. If you had that bell notification hit, you'd know we're jumping right in. I'd like to welcome all of you to the garage, home of the worldwide mechanics. I'm your lead mechanic, Mr. Mech Rashawn. Come on in, make yourself at home. Do me a favor. Hit the likes, hit the subs. That's how you show your boy love. In the meantime, in between time, get your coveralls, get them tool belts. Let's get this thing on the rack and see where we at. As the mechanics begin to check in, make sure as you pull up, you hit those likes and subs. Please and thank you. That's how you show your boy love. Yeah, man. Ain't a lot to really overly discuss. Um, yeah, I see the Iceman folk coming in. B74, what up? B, you might be keep an eye out today. I think this topic is going to bring out some of the more sensitive cats in the crowd. You may have to keep an eye out. It's don't pull don't pull the trigger. Don't pull the trigger premature. Definitely keep an eye out. Hold on. Let me tell bro I'll call you back. I got to talk to y'all. We have to have a discussion. Sniper activated. One time for Big Sugar in the chat. She's Big Mama. She's Big Sugar. Shout out to everybody pulling up. Um, Tiff Banks, what up? Um, Iceman is a fire album. Um, they're gonna be in it. Herbs, you know that. I already got like some Ice Cube emojis in here. I ain't even said nothing yet. Dwayne 6 songs in. Um, Listen, I'm catching all kinds of flag. Not that it bothers me. Um, I'm wired for this kind of Yo, I'm telling you, this is the issue when we start talking about Drake because his fan base, 100% irrational when it comes to him. I hope to have fans like this. I hope to have fans who just dismiss all levels of logic and self respect and all that stuff when it comes to me. I would hope. Yes, Tiff, I'm wired like a journalist, which means I'm used to bullies in real life. The internet is not a real place. Um, but it's wild that I mentioned Drake, and one of the first comments somebody jumps in here to say, "What's wrong with your hair?" Like, really? Another man's hair? That's what you think I came in here to discuss? Mine specifically when we can't see your like? Why is that? This is the weird ish. You know what? You're right. I probably if Furry Productions, you might have. You said you don't want Drake fans. You might get Selena. You know what? You are 100% right. Your lips are like a flag. You are a bozo. Why are you staring at my lips? This is what Drake brings out. This is how I feel about it. You mentioned Drake and all this weird. I never have this kind of energy in my lives. The second I put Iceman up, look what just starts happening. Look at the dudes who start commenting. Like B, don't even zap him right now. Just kind of like let him like this is crazy. This is the kind of energy these dudes bring into the room when you start mentioning Drake. And here's the thing. Could be bots. You're right. Could be bots. Could be bots. But bots activated for Drake. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Bots activated for Drake. You could be right. Um. Furry, I'm not fucking with you. I'm not fucking with you. Listen, I don't. Let's start. Let's start here. I don't have a dog in this fight. All right. I'm a cultural advocate. I don't. I'm not me taking one artist's side over the other. Ain't it? I can acknowledge that Drake makes some really good songs. I can also acknowledge that he lost. I can also acknowledge that suing is like the ultimate trash move. I can acknowledge a lot of things about dude and still know that his music does what it does. With that said, his fan base makes it difficult to remain objective about him specifically. The way his fans give it up is something else. Like when you're a fan of Drake, you've been conditioned to looking at duck lips regularly. Wow. And I hope I don't get flagged for gang signs, but that was literally a WOW. 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 It, I digress. B, I see you in here. You acting. All right, come on now, sugar. Let me stay focused. Um, Lyricist Global. I'm not anti anyone doing anything for an artist that they rock with. But some of your brethren, some of your people, they how are these levels of behavior acceptable amongst the fan base? So, and listen, I don't see I've never seen a fan base just lose objectivity to this level. I've seen fan bases lose objectivity. I've seen every fan base lose objectivity at some point, to some degree. You almost have to be to be a supporter of anyone. Eventually, you lose objectivity. It's just about what you dig, and that's super respectable. I can't be mad at that. I'm like that for the cats I rock with. I'm a little less subjective, but yeah, lucky you see how I'm going out of my way to avoid using the word glaze because I really think it's deeper than that. Um, Chamber Hilton. If Busta Rhymes would have dropped 3 albums in one day and videos for every song, you would lose objectivity for a month. Check this out. I'm gonna address that because that's a fair point, but I'm gonna address it. I don't speak on Busta Rhymes. I was in an interview yesterday. Apartment 5H, I believe, with DJ Self. Shout out to DJ Self and homegirl Bianca and the bro from the Bronx. He's not from Harlem. He's from the Bronx. And we were having a great conversation about this entire thing, Drake and the whole nine. It was we were having a lot of back and forth, and Buster came up, and the first thing I said was, when Buster's name comes up, I step out of the conversation. You know why? Because I'm biased. I don't speak on Bus because I'm biased. Not only do I work with him, not only do I consider him like a bro, like an actual bro in real life outside of this music, not only did I grow up listening to him, but now I'm working with him. And now these are records I directly have a hand in. You can't ask me to be objective about the stuff that I have a hand in. And even if I am being objective, even when I'm being objective, and even if I believed in my heart that I had the ability to remain objective, I couldn't blame anyone for not trusting me. I couldn't blame anyone for not trusting me. If somebody was like, "Yo, there's you caping for your man," I can see that. If somebody said, "Yo, you're only saying it's not great because you're trying to trick us and hit the reverse Uno and make us think that you're not caping," okay, I see that too. Like these are all possibilities because I have an actual relationship with bro that he's put me on in a lot of different ways. My level of loyalty to Busta Rhymes is different because I work with him and I've A&R'd for a bunch of people, but the only guy who gave me credits and didn't make me, an NDA was Bus. The first guy who put my name in the credits, Bus. So I don't speak on him, bro. I'm not gonna be objective. Hell no. That's crazy. There's no way I can be objective. And even if I believed I could be objective, I wouldn't expect anyone else to believe that I'm being objective. So I don't have those conversations when it comes to him. I'm quiet. I chill and I let everybody else have those discussions. It's the only fair thing to do. I don't have those kind of relationships with everybody in this business. When I was working as the music editor of the Source magazine, my main thing was to avoid friendships with artists strictly to maintain my objectivity. Just so I didn't get caught up actually digging somebody as a person. Like, you meet their mother, you meet their kids, you meet their girl, like all of a sudden y'all are cool. You're at the cookout at that house and stuff like that. Now it's super hard to be objective because you want to see that person do well. So now I can't give an unbiased opinion. I can't give an objective thought. I can't. It's almost impossible. So I avoid that kind of stuff. I didn't make a lot of friends in the business. That was intentional because they would leverage that friendship to get favors, to have me speak favorably about them. I have me write something, if they only deserve 3 mics, maybe that favorability got them an extra half a mic or got them an extra mic. Like, now I'm looking at it because I don't want to see them do bad. So I stayed away from all of that. So it's really funny that when I start speaking on Drake, someone I have no relationship with, someone I speak on Kendrick, someone I have no relationship with, um, people will Herbs, you haven't been paying attention. I am the guy who oh no, I wasn't around for rating an M album. Um I don't have a dog in this fight. Even do and it's crazy because even the guys I do have personal relationships with, I am able to maintain a level of objectivity. I'll actually avoid hearing their music because I don't want to have to be the one to tell them that this needs work, especially if I know how their disposition, I know how they are. I know this guy's disposition is not one where he's going to accept criticism of any kind. I just avoid the situation. I'd rather have the relationship and I'd rather be able to stay cool with you as opposed to me critiquing your work or me trying to work with you and it going left. Huge chance that it's gonna go left. Can I go to Toronto? Who's gonna stop me, Tiff? Anyway, it's not a fair comparison. Buster. These dudes that go crazy about Drake don't know him. Jig Hollygrove, you are exactly right. If y'all go over to my Instagram right now, I got a dude in my comments talking about um you started this off as a hater. Um thanks for the streams, Mac. I'm like, stream? Are you Drake? Are you on the payroll? Why are you thanking me for streams for this guy? Like, what did I miss? Pun intended. You're thanking me for his streams? Bro, this is the level of object. This is what I'm talking about. B, the only things I've mentioned when it comes to Drake are things that are on the record and well known to everyone. I don't make anything up when it comes to anybody. But this idea that I'm going out of my way to say something negative about anybody, little old me, is crazy. Is crazy. I've never been on that kind of time. Ever. And it's not as if what bothers me about this situation is anytime I speak on any one of the big three, someone inevitably accuses me of hating on one of the other two somehow, some way. Because I'm not expressing, I'm not cheering on their favorite guy in that moment. I'm hating. Ugh. I don't know. You know what? Just a quick question. Should I move this over to streaming? Would you guys pull up if I took this over into the streaming world as opposed to going live on YouTube? Would you mind if I move this over to like one of the streaming platforms? I'm just curious. I'm just curious, and everybody would have be if I went over there. You guys got you. Well, all the mechanics have to come with me. Um, Twitch is an option. Yeah, you know what? If I'm gonna go, y'all tell me which one to go to. Already got Twitch. Yeah, okay. I don't mind. Like I'd pull up and just go live onto it, or I could do both. I could do both. I can do both. What I want to know is if I start doing this over on Twitch, are y'all gonna pull up? Because otherwise, I'll just stay here and kick it. But I have been invited. Um, B, I don't have TikTok either. Multi-stream. You should do both platforms. Okay, okay. I'm with it. I'm with it. Let's start that up. Because then I think the back and forth is a lot. Will go a little smoother. Um, yeah, yeah. Maybe that's the wave. Maybe that's the wave. This is all just a way for me to. I'm just looking for ways to interact with you guys a little sharper. Um, I prefer YouTube, but I know a lot of people prefer Twitch. We'll see. James Anthony, salute. Hit the likes, hit the subs, hit the likes, hit the subs, hit the likes, hit the subs. That's how you show your boy love. I'm not. Yeah, back to this whole Drake conversation. Good to hear, B. That um, I don't know who pays more. Herbs. I'm not. Oh, thank you, D Gaff. Thank you, much appreciated. Hmm. I pulled up late. Do you think the three albums is what everybody is saying that he's going to get out of his deal? Um, I haven't read the contract. I hate guessing on stuff like that. It makes perfect sense, but I really hate guessing on paperwork and technical deal um points where I haven't had a chance to read anything. I don't know how many he was up for. I really don't watch other people's business when in that way. I really try. That's not something I focus on. I'm more about if the music's good as opposed to what the contracts are looking like, especially if I wasn't there to negotiate it or I wasn't there to see it after the fact. I try to mind my business when it comes to that. I will say that it makes perfect sense that if he needed to get out of his contractual obligation, releasing those albums to get out of the paint would be the best way, especially seeing as how you're in lawsuits. Um, Especially if you're in litigation with this company, it would make sense that you wanted to get out of the paint as soon as possible. Calvin, what up? Salute, King. One time for my UK mechanic. Hit the likes, hit the subs, hit the likes, hit the subs, hit the likes, hit the subs. How you show your boy love. Um, I yeah, one way or the other, Drake's fan base, like some of y'all make the boy look bad. Some of y'all, not definitely not everybody. I'm not saying it's like that saying, not all Republicans are racist, but every racist is a Republican, something like that. Like, yeah, something like that. Which even that's cap because I know they're definitely racist Democrats, and I'm not getting off into no political stuff. However, um, rumor is Drake is dropping the fourth album at the end of the year. On my Instagram, if you go to Instagram, I do something called Mechanism Monday. I dropped this week's Mechanism Monday dropped a little late because it uploaded, but then it didn't post, and I had to redo it, and I had to repost it, and then it finally posted, but it was after midnight, so technically it was Tuesday. However, I talked about this entire thing, just not really trying to rate the album super crazy because I haven't listened to it a lot, and I haven't listened to it in a way that you would need to in order to give the kind of critique that most of you guys are looking for, and the kind that I'm used to giving. And I stated that quite clearly, and I also said that one of my main wants for Drake is that I hope he grows. I hope he gets a chance to evolve because I don't want to see him at 40 still rapping about the same kind of subject matter he was doing when he was in his 20s, when he was in his 30s. I would hope that he's evolved. Right now, he seems to, after my first couple of listens of Iceman, which is the only album I've checked for, it seems to be arrested development. It feels like he just stopped 2 years ago and he hasn't been able to move on from that. I got people in the comment section asking me all kinds of wild stuff like, why would he change? Because growth and evolution is a natural thing. Why wouldn't he change? I ain't tell you he have to change, but he should grow. We should all grow. You shouldn't be doing the same thing back now that you were doing back then. Like, what do you mean? Why would he change? People, you started this off as a hater, and these Kendrick. It's like they never pulled up and heard me critique Kendrick's moves. I don't think anybody's perfect. I wonder how many mics you would give it, Tiffany. I thought about that before. Again, part of the conversation I had with DJ Self yesterday. I had to remind him. I had to remind everybody, bro. When I was rating albums, we got those albums a month in advance. We got those albums a month in advance. Right when they were done, finished, completely like lined up and ready to rock, we got those albums early. We sat with those albums for like 30 days, 4 weeks. We had nothing else to do but line this album up and really listen to it, which is why when I hear people say, I listened to an album twice with an open mind, I'm like, bruh, twice? Are you kidding? We would listen to these albums for like a month straight. Leave it alone, go back to it, leave it alone, go back to it, just so we could cut down on the possibility of us needing to eat our words later on. You needed to know that album in and out. And I'm not saying that's what has to happen now because obviously times are different, but the problem is nobody's willing to be wrong. A lot of these albums will hit you different later. A month from now, you'll go back and listen to it and be like, oh, it wasn't that bad. Or you'll go back and listen to it and be like, oh man, this was terrible. Like that happens, but people aren't willing to be wrong. And then when you can admit that maybe you moved a little too soon, that maybe you spoke a little too soon, that maybe you were wrong about X, Y, and Z, or you were definitely wrong about X, Y, and Z's album. Now you're being ridiculed as a hypocrite. Or you switching sides, you trying to switch it up. Tiff, exactly. People want to be first. They don't necessarily want to be accurate. They just want to be first. And I don't come from that world. Thank you, B. I told you my t-shirt game is kind of crazy too. Don't let the hoodie thing fool you. The hoodie is stupid, but my t-shirt game is uh but yeah, like see, even this kind of talk, I can't believe people think Iceman is a classic. The album is just okay, too much crying about people betraying him. First time in your live stream. Thank you for your service, Mac. Been a fan since Q in 5 days. Oh my God. like B74 said, we appreciate the support. If y'all don't know it, Q and 5, good lord. Who said that? Lask. I can't make this out. You know who you are, bro. Come on and subscribe. Like B74 said, come on, hit the subscription, man. Pull up. You definitely want to be here because we maintain that level. Um, don't receive the album as crying. I'm not gonna tell anybody how to ingest, how to feel about Iceman. I will tell you that, um, like with every artist, I hope we get to see his evolution. I hope we get a chance to watch Drake grow. Um, and become something else. I don't know what that thing is. I have no idea. But again, I don't have a dog in this fight. I'm just really eager. I always love when artists evolve into their next form, and it'd be nice to see Drake evolve. Um, right now, again, off my initial listen, it just feels like he's stuck in 2 years ago. He hasn't let that go. And if that's the case, then I wish Iceman would have came out a year ago. Like, 2 years later, it feels like you're the only one really keeping this entire thing in the mix, which is another thing his fans tend to project about. Like, all his everybody who's not a Drake fan is always talking about how he lost the battle, but when he brings it up, it's a problem. No, bro, we can't let it go because he's sued. The lawsuit is active. Every time we think it's about to go away, or every time we think we're ready to move on to something else, here he comes with something else. Like, that lawsuit is still very much a thing. So yeah, we're still discussing it. And then Cole dropped, and so that brings it back around because now he's telling his side of things. And now here's this album, and he's never let it go. It really feels like Arrested Development. Hold on, the good Reverend Dr. Calvin Campbell has something to say, and if y'all not new around here, you know how bro gives it up. Drake problem is that he picked a fight and lost, then went to the feds and now making music sniping from the cheap seats. So falls on deaf ears for most other than the fan club. Okay. Calvin, I'm sick of you. I'm about sick of you. Just start with stuff like that from now on. How about you just get here exactly when I start? I'll be quiet. You can post something like this, and then I'll just get the fuck out the paint. I'll just get out your way. Calvin, I'm about sick of you. It's ridiculous. This dude will pull around and sum up everything that I spend 28 minutes and 3 seconds saying, one paragraph. This dude just got the mic drop moment. I don't know what's in the tea and chips over there in the UK, but you do this every time. Every time. Dwayne, I don't care who started it. I only care where we ended it, where it ends, to be honest. And I don't know if I don't know if he's ever gonna let this go, but eventually he has to. I hope, he reads the tea leaves, hears people telling him to move on. Tea and crumpets, you know what I meant, B. I hope fish and chips, tea and crumpets. I messed that menu completely the fuck up. Um, yeah, never. That's what it looks like. That's what it looks like. He can't take this loss. Take the loss and move on. Jay took his L and moved on. Everybody who takes an L moves on, except for Ja Rule and 50 Cent. And 50 is like the worst winner ever because maybe Ja Rule could have got back to he was if 50 would have just let it go. But it's like a sore winner. And Drake is a sore loser. And he lost to the point where he called the cops. You're never gonna let that, bro. You're never gonna get past that. As if the Ghost Rider thing wasn't bad enough. You called the cop. You went to the lawyers, dude. You sued. You sued. Very not hip hop. So we have a bunch of rap fans who only go to look at Drake's album so they can see the disses, and then we have hip hop heads who are listening to the music, the production, and seeing it as a body of work. And everybody has to deal with everybody. It's like, we're all in the same classroom. The special ed kids and the advanced kids, we're all in the same classroom, all looking at the exact same board and all interpreting it in our own ways. And all I'm saying is some of these Drake stands make it really hard not to shut down the classroom and just send everybody home. The fact that you guys can't be objective at all. Some of them, of course, not everybody. Of course, not everybody. But yeesh, thou shalt not talk about 50. Okay, okay. The least hip hop move ever. Way worse than apologizing. Hometown, I'm with you on that. I'm with you on that. Dead ass. I'm with you. I'm not even going. I'm with you on that. Yeah, yeah. Because you start setting precedents. I'm cool. Listen, we was here for a good time, not a long time. Go on, pull up. I will see you guys tomorrow at 5 p.m. We'll have this discussion again, or we'll have some more discussions like this over on my Instagram in the comment section. It's ridiculous. And for some reason, Mechanism Monday doesn't get a lot of traction on YouTube, but it does really good on Instagram. So the comments are B74 is over there. I see you, B. I know you pull up. And so is Calvin. I see you, Calvin. And homeboy, one of our people, I think L sent me some music that was crazy. Shout out to L if that's what I'm thinking about. He's a mechanic here. He tagged me in a joint that was fire. B, you saw it too. I saw you over there too. You reposted it. It's one of our fellow mechanics just had a quick freestyle going nuts. Um, yeah, B, me too. Me too. Me too. These are the kind of things I want. I want to discuss the music. So here we are, and I do that. Charlie Funk. It wasn't L. It was Charlie Funk. Thank you, B. Charlie Funk did some flyness. Check him when you get the chance, and I think I put it in my stories. Herbs, I'm not fucking with you. I'm not fucking. Tiff, let it go. We'll figure it out, Tiff. All right. People. Um, you guys enjoy the rest of your evening. God willing, I will see you back here tomorrow at 5 p.m. Make sure you hit the alarm, hit the little bell, so folks know that I'm pulling up and you can come pull up with me and have this discussion. Shout out to all the mechanics worldwide checking in from wherever you're checking in from. If you're not a mechanic, come on in, hit the likes, hit the subs. How you show your boy love and grow this channel. We are really doing our thing over here numbers wise, and the community is strong. Like, even if the numbers ain't, you know, whatever, the community is strong. And I really care more about this than that. But if you've been rocking with me, you know that. I didn't mean for that to rock. God willing, see y'all tomorrow, 5 p.m. In the meantime, in between time, the garage is not officially closed for the evening. Y'all be safe. And let's go Knicks.